What's up, guys? Welcome back to this month's YouTube video. Supposed to be last month's YouTube video. I don't want to talk about it. The old video got deleted and it's sad, but we're here and we're doing something even more fun. We are going to be doing a mukbang. I've never done one of these before, but basically I'm just going to eat. We're going to do a Q&A and we're just going to hang out. I hope that you have your lunch with you or dinner with you so we can kind of eat together, kind of just like friends hanging out. So for food, we have a place called Hibachiana. If you live in the LA area and you have not tried this, go try it right now. I order this more times than I wish to admit. Honestly, it probably needs to be microwaved, I'm not gonna lie. All right, food is or has been heated. Comfy fit is on. Truly, this is how I look 90% of the time. Social media is a lie. But anyway, I have some chicken, rice, noodles, perfect carb protein meal. So I'm pretty hyped. They were supposed to give me fried rice and they gave me steamed rice, so I'm kind of upset about that. It's not that. Steamed rice sucks. The noodles, however, they're good. And the chicken, it's good. So while I eat, I am gonna be answering some questions that you guys literally an hour ago asked me on Instagram. So I'm gonna be going through them, answering them, chatting, eating, and vibing. So let's get into it. Starting off strong. What's your favorite movie? I am more of a TV show kind of gal, to be honest. I don't really have the attention span to watch movies all the time, but if I had to pick a favorite movie, it would probably be Interstellar, just because I love space movies, and the music was really good. The whole movie was obviously really good. Either that, I love funny movies too. I don't know. I'm put on the spot. I can't think of one. Why did I start working out? Okay, that is a pretty big, there's a big answer to that, but we'll get to that in a minute. Oh my god. They're good. Why did I start working out? Good question. So there was a lot leading up to when I first started working out. There's a lot of reasons that went into it. I think we're gonna have to dive back into, okay, I'm gonna give the short kind of story to this because in a previous video, I did my fitness journey story where I kind of go into more detail. But basically growing up, probably when I was 16, I started having body image issues, developed an eating disorder, struggled with that for a few years, developed depression, started self-harming, went to college, started developing a pretty serious drinking problem to kind of cope with things. And then something happened in 2021, which caused me to be diagnosed with severe anxiety and PTSD, which ended up then causing me to have derealization and depersonalization. Nothing around me felt real. I didn't feel real. I felt like my physical body wasn't mine anymore, yada, yada, yada. And with all of that, me feeling so out of control, my eating disorder kind of came back and was really bad. And now we're at December of 2021. I was kind of at a really low point in my life and I was tired of feeling this way. I knew that there were probably things that I could do to better my mental health, so I started being more consistent with therapy and I made it a New Year's resolution to start working out prioritize my physical health, because for years I was always, you know, trying to be the skinniest version of myself, the smallest version of myself, and the weakest version of myself. So the gym ended up helping me kind of regain my power, and that's where I get the saying regain your power from, because in all aspects of my life, the gym has helped me regain like my mental power, my physical power, my emotional power. Like literally, the gym has completely transformed me as a person. I can't recommend the gym enough to people, because like I don't think people understand that it's not just, you know, physical strength. You learn so much about yourself, and you really build up that mental strength as well. I don't know, kind of hard to explain, but summed up, that's pretty much my story and why I started working out. Yay! Okay, next question. Wait, I need to eat. Guys, I started macro tracking, and I have a coach now. Not a workout coach, but a nutrition coach. And honestly, it's great. Truly. I don't want to talk while eating, so this is kind of a bad idea, but bear with me. So right now I'm currently doing a lean bulk. Before I was intuitively eating, so just eating whenever I was hungry, really not tracking much, was not getting my protein in, was definitely getting my fats in. I realized like way too many fats. And so now I'm kind of having to start, for my weight, I'm kind of starting at a cut level, because I wasn't even eating I was under eating before. So now I'm trying to slowly work my way up into a lean bulk. So I have a long way to go, but every week it's getting so much easier and easier. It's like purple. I've just been struggling to like finish my meals, because before I'd make these big meals and then I would never finish them. So that has been a struggle, but besides that, it's honestly been so good, not triggering whatsoever. Very proud of myself for how far I've come with like calorie tracking apps, because that used to be such a big trigger for me. So yay, small wins. I hope if you're eating something right now, that is as good as this, because truly, I don't want you to feel left out, but this is really good. Daily habits that helped as a skinny human to gain muscle. So yeah, I started off my fitness journey obviously underweight. My journey so far has been to gain weight and gain muscle in a healthy way. Daily tips that I would recommend, I would say that if you're just starting, if you were kind of in my position, recovering from an eating disorder, starting your fitness journey to help you recover, I would suggest to not start tracking immediately, definitely not too soon, at least for me. Intuitively eating truly helped me heal my relationship with food. Although I wasn't tracking, or like I was eating way too many fats, it didn't matter, because at that time I was finally comfortable with eating food again and eating lots of food. Well, it wasn't as much as I thought it was, but eating more food than I used to. And I think if I would have jumped straight into tracking, I would have gone down probably a bit of a rabbit hole and ended up where I started. So I would recommend to intuitively eat until you feel ready to macro track, if that's something that you want to do. It took me 2 years to get to this point, so everyone's timeline is different. What else? Food is honestly so key. Like when it comes to gaining weight and getting muscle, you just have to eat. Truly, like I feel like I have not made as much progress as, you know, I would have liked over the past year, just because I know why now is because I was not eating nearly enough. I was not hitting my protein. So truly diet is key when it comes to that kind of thing. What else? Obviously hitting your protein intake daily, something I didn't do for a very long time. Getting a good protein powder if you struggle to hit your protein goals every day. I currently use all Rise products. My favorite protein powder flavors would have to be the Jet Puffed Marshmallow protein powder and the vanilla peanut butter, I believe, flavor. Those two are my favorite. Chocolate Cookie Blast is a solid third option, but I usually take a protein shake every day. Today I'm not because I'm good. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this though, to be honest. But those are just some simple things I would recommend. Okay, this one's a good question. Did I always want to be a fitness influencer, or did this just happen? This was not something I saw on the cards for myself, truly. Like, if my younger self, like 2 years ago, like could see what I'm doing now, I think she would have a psychotic break. Like, I did not see this for myself. I never thought that I could be the type of person to be doing this. I started posting on TikTok probably 2 months into my fitness journey, purely because I had noticed so many good results so quickly, not physically, but more mentally in my recovery process. Sorry. Yeah, so I started seeing results quickly, and I wanted to share that and help other people kind of start their fitness journeys, inspire people to start their fitness journeys. That's what it's been about all along. And that's pretty much how it started, and then it just kind of kicked up out of nowhere. I found a passion for helping people, inspiring people, and I found a passion for working out as well. And I just stayed consistent with it because people started reaching out to me saying that I've helped them recover from their eating disorder. Like, that's truly the reason why I do what I do. And it was never planned, but I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and like, I'm so grateful to do what I love every single day. That was a good question. My hand is like shaking trying to hold this because it is so heavy. Hold on, I need a noodle break. This next one's also a good question. Do you have any advice for people who want to stop excessively drinking? That used to be me. When I was in college, I was drinking pretty much every single day. I was in such a bad spot mentally that drinking was a way to cope, and I only felt happy or like myself when I was not sober, which is a problem, which I did not realize at the time. I was so reliant on alcohol, and after something that happened in 2021 that I mentioned earlier, and when I got diagnosed with severe anxiety and PTSD and all that stuff, alcohol became even more of a, I don't know, like a crutch for me in a way, because it distracted me from everything else going on in my life. But little did I realize that alcohol was the root problem for a lot of things going on in my life at the time. But when you're in that kind of headspace, you don't even realize it. So the fact that the person that was asking this is self-aware enough to, even say that they have a problem is a huge step. It took me a very long time to get to that point. Honestly, I stopped drinking before I even realized that I had a problem. Like, only a year later, I look back, I'm like, that really wasn't normal, and it was really unhealthy. So I started my fitness journey January of 2022, and I would say, I remember it was February 13th or 15th of that year, I completely cut out alcohol and I completely cut out nicotine. I was a huge vapor as well, if you guys don't know. There was always a vape in my hand. I was always just puffing. It was really bad. My lungs were going through it, truly. Yeah, so I cut out both alcohol and nicotine February 13th or 15th of 2022, only because I knew that it would impact my my progress in the gym, or at least alcohol would at least. So I wanted to see the best results possible, so I completely cut it out. I think the first few weeks were hard, obviously, because it was such a transition, because for 2 years I'd been drinking almost every single day, or at least just not been sober. It's tough to give advice because I feel like everyone's situation is so different. Things that helped me though is just be around people, like have a good support system. That's honestly key. And have a good environment. Your environment is so important. I wasn't in a great environment for most of my college experience, and that influenced me to get into things that I shouldn't have. You know, once I cut out alcohol, cut out nicotine, a few months later I moved to Jersey, and I got away from the city lifestyle, and that really helped me a lot. I was really able to dial in on my fitness, my physical health, and also I realized that the friends that I did have weren't really close friends. They were more just drinking buddies, and that's not the type of people that I want to have in my life anyway. I want to have that core close group of friends, which I still don't really have, but hey, it's fine because I just moved to California. But even now, like, just being around people who drink makes me so uncomfortable just because of things I went through previously. So alcohol is just not even a thing that I think about anymore, and I'm so glad that I was able to get out of that. I hope that if you're watching this and you are also dealing with an alcohol problem, that, you know, it is possible to, you know, get out of that. And there's so much more to life than, you know, not being sober. Being sober is awesome. It taught me to be more confident in myself in public settings for sure. Whenever I had to go to class or whenever I had to go out to like an event, I always had to be tipsy or drunk to feel confident or to feel like myself. And I feel like since I've stopped, I've learned to actually like be myself in a way, or I've learned myself more. I've learned more about myself and how to be, you know, confident from the inside rather than just, you know, an intoxicated mask of confidence, if that makes sense. But anyway, I don't know if I answered that question, but that's just kind of my experience. These are all really good questions, guys. When you were little, what did you want to be when you were older? Also a very funny question. So in high school, I had absolutely no clue what I wanted to do. It was weighing on me a lot because it was stressing me out. You know, I'm about to go to college. I have no idea what I want to major in, no idea what I want to be. Didn't even really know who I was. But my freshman and sophomore year, I went to FIT, which is a fashion college in New York City, and I was majoring in advertising, marketing, and communications. Pretty broad. I've always thought maybe marketing could be something that I could do. Ooh. Literally, as soon as I stepped foot onto that campus, I knew that I did not belong there. If you've been to FIT, you know the people there. I'm just not that girl. No hate or shade, but I just like did not fit in whatsoever. Everyone there was so artsy and creative. I like to think I'm creative, but like not to that extent. So, yeah, even there I had trouble making friends because I was really just like, I didn't belong there, and I knew it deep down, but I didn't really know what else I wanted to do. It really wasn't until, let me finish this piece of chicken, hold on. It wasn't until I started working out, I found my passion for creating content, for working out, for helping others. That's when I realized that this is what I wanted to do. I did, however, transfer to a college in Jersey after I got my associates at FIT, I transferred, and I started studying. I was in an exercise science major, it was exercise science / pre-physical therapy, because I was like, maybe I could be a physical therapist, help people in that way, because I didn't see content creation as a full-time job or something sustainable, at least at that time. I think I only had maybe like 15K on Instagram, like it really wasn't anything that serious. And then I think it was a semester or was it a year? I did a year, was it a year? Yeah, was it? Yeah, I was at that college for a year. think. Oh my gosh, the fact I can't remember is so bad. Huh. Well, I went to that college, and then it was May of last year, so almost a year ago, over the summer, my account started blowing up. I realized that, wow, maybe this is something that I can pursue long term. I knew that going back to college was obviously going to take away from, creating content and being consistent like I had been that summer, which helped me grow so much. And I realized that, this is something I really want to pursue now while it's happening. College is always there if I want to go back. So I dropped out, and fast forward a year later, I moved to California. Like, I've been wanting to live here for years, not even a recent decision. Like, when I was younger, I always wanted to live here. Obviously growing up in Kansas, you're like dreaming of living out here because Kansas just sucks. But, it's just crazy. Like, sometimes I think about it, like, if I just made a slightly different decision, or if I stayed in college, or if I didn't even transfer and I still lived in New York City, how different my life would be and how I would not be here today in this situation at all. It's just kind of crazy to think about sometimes. Crazy how life has its plans for you, I feel like. I don't know, kind of crazy. I had a big, like, realization moment. I think it was last night or the night before. Maybe 2 nights ago. I'm rambling, but anyway. Quit yapping. I would say that my favorite muscle to train right now, maybe glutes, which is like, gym girl loves training glutes. I cut out training glutes for 8 months, like last year, because I hated it. And now I found like the love for it again. I just get such a good like mind muscle connection, and like, it just feels good to train glutes. It's either that or probably quads. But if you would have asked me a few months ago, it would have been like my biceps and my back. So honestly, it just kind of depends. I kind of cycle through, and it changes often. So, least favorite? Probably back right now, which is funny because that used to be my favorite. Ever since I got my shoulder injury back in October, I really like have not been training back like I used to. I should probably start that up again though, because my lats have shrunk. It's really sad. It's just not, like, it hasn't been one of my priorities recently, honestly. Like, my priorities have been my biceps. I'm sick and tired of my arms being so freaking small. And I want big guns. So biceps have been a priority, and probably quads, because I'm tired of having skinny legs, I'm just trying to get jacked, truly. But yeah, bis and quads have been like my main focus the past few months. And honestly, I do feel like it has been paying off. So squats or leg press, I'm gonna be so for real. If you're meaning back squats, I have maybe back squatted 4 times over my whole fitness journey. I hate it. I hate barbell squats. You will never catch me doing barbell squats. I'm sorry. There's nothing I hate more than barbell squats. I don't know why. Ever since the moment I tried them, never liked them. So what was the other option? Leg press? By far, I will much rather do a leg press. It's just much more controlled, obviously. Very different exercises, but I would much rather do a leg press. Yeah, it's it. I don't know, I'm a back squat hater. I am a barbell squat hater. I don't care. I'll stand by that for a while. Next question, what's your favorite food? I would have to say, meal-wise, my breakfast protein oats. I've posted them a few times on my story with the recipe. Truly, if I do not start my day with those oats, I will be miserable. They set me up for success. Like, they are so good. High protein, high carb, a little bit of fat, but that's okay because they make me happy and they're delicious. and I cannot live without them. I think I've been eating them for breakfast every single day for 2 years. They're that good. So if I could put you on to a meal, those would be it. There's specific ways you have to cook it to make it come out good, but maybe I'll make a video on that. Truly, so good. People who inspire me. That's a good question. I would say every single person on the Gymshark athlete team, truly, they all inspire me so much. Like whenever I go to a Gymshark event or a Gymshark shoot, I always leave feeling so inspired and motivated just being around them. Truly great people, every single one of them. I would say them, at least like fitness wise, I would say them. Personal life wise, she's gonna love this. I'd probably say my mom, just because she's an amazing human being. And I just aspire to be like her in pretty much every way, because she's great. So I'm sure you're gonna love hearing that. I wish I could be more like Norman, just laying around all day by the fire. Truly, like, I want to be him in every single way. He's so spoiled, truly. Okay, next question. Do you see yourself working out at 60 years old? Absolutely. That's it, absolutely, period. I'm gonna be a jacked little old lady, and I can't wait. Also, like, working out and staying healthy throughout your life, especially as you get older, will help you out so much. I already know I'm gonna be crippled when I'm older. I'm already crippled from the years of Irish dancing. If you didn't know, I was like a competitive Irish dancer for 15 years. The wigs and everything, yeah. So my feet and ankles are truly like messed up. I have to go see a chiropractor every week, and honestly, I've not been to the chiropractor in a few weeks because I've been traveling and stuff, and my feet are a mess. That's why I can't do running anymore. Maybe a few of you remember if you were following me back then, but I did try starting it up again, and I like really injured my foot bad. So because they were already previously messed up. Anyway, what was the question? So working out will definitely help me when I'm older. Just doing, simple old lady tasks like standing up. Anyway, what other activities do you like to do apart from the gym? Oh, that is a great question, Dara. I don't know. I like to work out. I like to hang out with Norman. Actually, I do have a new hobby. Macro tracking. I'm kidding. No, actually, I have recently gotten into makeup again. Obviously, I've been wearing makeup, but it's just like your, CVS, Walgreens, like the cheapest foundation type of makeup, and like I didn't find any fun in it until I moved here, and there just so happens to be a Sephora around, and I have created a little bit of a Sephora addiction and a new love for makeup. So I'm starting to post more makeup and skincare content. Oh, skincare as well. I've started taking my skincare more seriously. And honestly, it's so fun. I feel so girly and I love it. So I've been starting to post some of that content on my TikTok. Let me know if you want to see more of it. But yeah, I guess that could be a hobby of mine. What else do I like to do? I like to sit on my couch and watch TV. Bit of a homebody at this point, honestly. What else do I like to do? Damn. Yeah, man. So my hobby is creating content as well. Besides working out, I love editing all of my reels. Obviously, I will not be editing this YouTube video. Thank you, Hayden. But like doing my reels on Instagram, that's my favorite thing to do, truly. I find so much fun in making those and just like editing photos and editing you know, the little slide workouts and like all of that stuff. I love doing that. So I guess that would be a hobby as well. If you weren't lifting, or no, if you weren't a lifting influencer, what would you be doing? You know, that scares me. I think about that all the time. I do not know. If I did not create a New Year's resolution 2 years ago to start my fitness journey, I have absolutely no idea who I would be, where I would be, what I would be doing, and that's so scary. I would probably still be living in New York. I'd probably be graduating from FIT next month. I have absolutely no idea. Probably still struggling with an eating disorder, probably still having an alcohol problem, or worse, just because I was just doing stupid stuff all the time. So I am very, very grateful that I made the decisions that I made. And I was nervous to start posting too, guys. I almost like didn't even do it. So it's just crazy that, you know, if you take a risk or like a leap of faith and, you know, it can change your life pretty much. So deep, I know. But if you are out there wanting to start a fitness page, and if it's something, if you're doing it for the right reasons, of course, you know, there are always people that want to just get famous or just get views. And those are the people that will not be successful. You have to really want to do it and have a passion for helping people, inspiring people, teaching people, whatever it is. If you don't have that passion, there's not gonna be any like longevity to it, and people are gonna see right through your content and see that, you know, you're just doing it for views or yada yada. Oh guys, this is a tough one. Am I natty? What do you think? If I was not natty and I looked like this, I'm thinking of that dog meme where he's like, I hope Hayden will know which one I'm talking about. But guys, be so for real. I am the most natty looking person out there. How long did it take you to see your first changes? I assume they mean physically from the gym. Like, when did I see progress? Okay, so to me, progress in my fitness journey is so much more than physical. Even now, I think I have gained so much more, or I've seen so much more mental progress than I have physical progress, and I am so happy about that. But when I started my fitness journey, I would say I started seeing mental progress very quickly. The way I viewed food, the way I viewed my body, that came on very quick. Physical progress, I don't know. You know, it's hard because everyone's progress looks so different. Like, I wasn't even tracking food. I was recovering from an eating disorder. I'd say it probably took a few months to start seeing real progress. I think the past, I would say the past year I've made some pretty significant progress, even though earlier I was like, oh, I wish I made more progress the past year. Yes, but I still have made progress, and I can acknowledge that. And I think the only thing different was my training style. I think I wasn't training to failure for a long time. I wasn't pushing myself hard enough. I wasn't progressive overloading for a long time. Once I started incorporating that, I saw an increase in strength, and I saw an increase in muscle size relatively quickly. So if that is something you're not doing, I would recommend doing it if you want to see more progress. So, okay, I've seen this one a few times. I want to bulk, but I want to keep my stomach flat. So I was the same way until I realized that when you bulk, you can't spot where you're going to gain fat. You're going to gain fat everywhere. It's kind of, you can't prevent gaining fat in your stomach because you gain fat everywhere. So when you bulk, that's just something you have to accept. Though you can eat less fats. You can, if you're macro tracking, there are ways to kind of do like a leaner bulk. But overall, you're bulking, you're gaining weight, you gain weight everywhere. That's what a bulk is. And you just kind of have to suck it up for those few months if you're bulking for a few months. It's just part of the process, and you have to trust the process, because when you cut, it'll all be worth it. Now that actually, the cut, you know, I'm doing a bulk now. I haven't actually really done a cut before. I've done accidental cuts, but never a real one before. So that's going to be definitely interesting, because I haven't purposely tried to lessen my calories or lose weight since I had an eating disorder. So that's definitely something interesting that, like, I don't know how that's going to work. I'm sure by that point, like, I feel like my relationship's pretty much healed with food. And honestly, I do not see myself cutting for at least a year. I don't know, like, I still feel really skinny. I'm not happy with where my physique is at yet. I want to keep bulking, I want to keep growing, and I don't see me stopping anytime soon. So when the time does come to cut, I'm kind of curious on how that will go. But, you know, I'm obviously going to bring you guys along every step of the way. And I guess we'll find out together, but that won't be anytime soon. I'm going to answer like 2 more just because my camera is dying, unfortunately. But I think I'm also going to throw in I'm going to throw in a workout in this video as well, because I've been meaning to. So I don't exactly know which workout is going to be thrown into this video. It's going to be a surprise for everyone, me included. So that'll be probably at the end though. I think I'm going to do one more question because I think my camera's at 10%. This is a good one though. Is there any time in which you were suffering from depression? Yes. When I like vividly remember when I was 17, I believe. I had just moved to New Jersey. I moved my senior year of high school, so that was pretty tough. And I had to stop Irish dancing because there were no Irish dance schools up in Jersey that were in like the same commission as my other one. It's technical stuff, but I had to stop Irish dancing. I pretty much like didn't know who I was anymore without dance. I was struggling a lot with my identity. I was creating a lot of bad habits for myself and using different substances to make me feel, you know, to distract myself, I guess you could say. You know, when life feels out of control, my eating disorder started firing up. So eating disorder got pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. This was probably the worst my eating disorder has ever been. It was anorexia. I just wouldn't eat. And then a few days later, I would binge out on a lot of food because I was so hungry and I wouldn't eat. But anyway, so yes, during this time, I did struggle with depression. I struggled with self-harm, which is something I only did during that period of time. I've never done it since, but I did struggle with that for a bit. And I think once my mom was like away on a trip, when she came home and kind of realized everything, she saw kind of everything, she and I went to go see a therapist for the first time. And I remember I was taking this depression test with this therapist, and I ended up scoring like almost 100, which is like you're 100% like you have depression, like you need help. So that was really fun. This therapist wanted me to go into like groups every 3 days a week, 4 days a week, where I would sit in a group with other people struggling with eating disorders and just kind of chat. I don't really know. At that time, I knew that would not help me. So truly, it was just such a bad time. But I have not been in a mental state like that ever since. So glad to say that I'm out of that. But I think that is gonna be all the questions for today. I hope I'm gonna try my best to add a little bit of a workout segment in after this. So fingers crossed that gets added. I'm sorry these YouTube videos have been like all over the place. Baby steps. I'm getting better. I got mics on. I got a mic on. Like, that's a big step for me, okay? I'm making progress. Hopefully the next one is a bit more put together. But I hope you guys liked the little, you know, chill, chat, eat vibe video. I thought it was fun. So I hope you guys liked the little workout. I'm planning on doing a lot more of those. I've been posting more of my routines on Instagram, which I hope you guys are enjoying. But that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much if you're still watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.